surprising first half of football. Macomb, Dakota, ranked one of the top 5 teams in the state of Michigan, is tied 7-7 with Chippewa Valley. Joining me here to talk about the entire experience, Jeff Vitale of Macomb, Dakota. Jeff, thanks very much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate being on the show.
So you have you've been part of this program, part of this community for a long time. 39th meeting between Chippewa Valley and Macomb, Dakota. And you guys were favored by a lot, but this is why they play the game.
Yeah, I've been a proud teacher in this district for 27 years, coached on both sides of the coin, Chippewa Valley grad. But, yeah, the Big Reds have come out. Turnovers and poor red zone play by the Cougars have kept the Big Reds in the game. Their defense has stood tall. I think this is exactly what Chippewa Valley wanted coming in. And the Cougars going to have to make some adjustments here because the Big Reds got everyone surprised over here. The Dakota home side, a little more quiet than what we're used to hearing.
Well, I mean, it's quite a moment. It gets pretty loud as soon as there's anything to cheer about. And I will say, even though the score is tied 7-7, I felt like Macomb, Dakota controlled much of the first half. It's just that they couldn't punch the ball in the end zone. And as we've seen with our Detroit Lions and a lot of other teams, if you don't score in the red zone, it doesn't make a difference if you pile up 500 yards of offense.
Yeah, exactly. And Dakota's offensive line is so big. You know, one of the things, most people don't get a chance to see is when you're on the field with these kids and how big they are. But their offensive line just really wears teams down. And as the game usually progresses, they seem to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And, of course, you got the Macomb Area Conference. I call him the Energizer Bunny, Brady Hamby. He does just about everything. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. As the running back, he has thrown a pass today. He has run a bunch. He also plays middle linebacker. He's going to Ferris State on a scholarship next season. But, Jeff, just tell us a little about this crowd. I mean, you've got a raucous student section. You mentioned you think there's about 2,500 people, maybe 3,000 people. You told me before the game you've had as many as 14,000 people out here. But I've got to say, this is our fifth broadcast, I think, with the WJR SportsCaster partnership. And this is one of the best crowds we've seen so far.
Yeah, one of the funnest, but for me, one of the best things about this game is it brings out the whole community. There's everyone out here, kids from all the middle schools, kids from out, you can see the elementaries with the young kids out here cheerleading and dancing. It's just a fun time. It's a special atmosphere, and it's really close to that Michigan State atmosphere where the records don't matter. You got to come out and play the game. These kids have played against each other since 7th grade. They know a lot of each other. They're familiar. And both coaching staffs, outstanding. It's just a fun process just to be around in the atmosphere. Year one, when they played back in 1999, we played twice, actually, end of the season, Game 9, and then the playoffs. And that was the most insane thing I've ever been involved, seeing that many people around a high school football field. That was crazy.
Well, I've got a 2-year-old daughter, and I love all the cheerleaders out here who are, you've got the full cheerleaders, the high school cheerleaders, but you've got all these young kids. You said it earlier, this is how you build a program, not only with the football players who are playing in 5th and 6th and 7th grade, but also with the community.
Yeah, and you'll see the younger girls out here, they have cheerleading. I mean, both athletics programs do a good job of just involving everybody, and I think that's what really kind of makes this rivalry special, when you can be out here in this environment with these fans and just the overall atmosphere of a high school football game just makes it that much more special.
Well, Jeff, we really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. It should be an exciting second half of football. Chris Renwick will be on the call with our students Gabe Loper of Wayne State and Santino Lucci of Dakota High School. We're going to hit a break. We'll come back with second half football here at Macomb, Dakota.